You might be someone who is spending time training your dog. And if you are, that's cool. That's cool. You're still welcome here, my friend. But maybe you're working on the behaviors, you're doing the training, you're trying to fix the things. But what if I told you that the biggest influence on your dog isn't happening during training at all? In this episode, we're going to be talking about the 99% that you are ignoring and how that is actually what's shaping your dog every single day. Let's get into it. Ready to have a calm and peaceful life with your dog without the stress of those fear-based behaviors? Hi, I'm Tracy, and I've been there, overwhelmed by all the conflicting dog training advice and unsure of what to do next. But now I help dog lovers like you simplify your life with your dog by building confidence naturally, fostering trust, and addressing those fear-based challenges. So, if you're ready, stop chopping those chicken wieners and let's get to it. Hey there, friend. Is there something that's on your mind? Are you thinking to yourself, oh, if only I could get just this one thing figured out? If that is you, I want to remind you that you can definitely come and hang out with me for an hour. We'll sit together, we'll coach, we'll do some things, we'll have some tea, the things. We can do that. Virtual coaching sessions are available with me if you are someone that wants to sit down and chit chat. I will leave all that information for you inside the show notes. You don't have to do this alone. I'm here for you, friend. I'll see you there. Well, hello, my dog-loving friend. It is Tracy. Welcome to Beyond Obedience, the podcast. Super duper welcome. If you are brand new, I did that right this time. I applauded you, my friend. Thank you very much for being here, taking time out of your busy schedule to hang out with me. Maybe you're walking the dog. Are you walking the dog right now? If you're walking your dog right now and listening to me, say hey to your dog for me. Hey, it's Tracy. Glad you're here. All right. Enough of the shenanigans. Let's get into what are we talking about today. What we are talking about today is is it controversial? Maybe a little. It depends. It depends on how you feel about training. Training, the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not against training. Okay, this isn't me saying training is, that's not what I'm saying. Training is important. I'll say the spiel again. I got to say the spiel, cover my butt. Here we are. Training is important. Training gives you a shared language with your dog. Training is like English as a second language. It's saying, when I say this thing, I need you to do this thing. It allows us to help our dogs navigate the world of humansville, right? That's good. It's good. It's fine. It's good. It's okay. It's whatever. Flashback to the Muppets. If you know, you know. But the reality of it is, and I think I touched on this briefly in one of the other episodes, but the reality of it is that training is really taking up I'm going to say 1% of your dog's life, if you're like me. Maybe you're someone that's into a little bit more training, so you're doing it a little bit more, but even still, take a look at your dog right now. Just take a look at your dog right now. What is your dog doing? Is your dog currently in a command? Are they doing a wait command? Are they doing a place command? Are they in a sit command? No, there's a good chance they're just being the dog. They're just doing what they want to do, right? Because training is not happening all the time. 99% of the time, the dog is just living with you, which is why I think so many of us go wrong, because we focus on whenever there's a problem, we immediately turn to training. Oh, we got to train the dog. There's a problem. The dog is barking. The dog is pulling. The dog is lying. We got to train the dog. Let's train the dog. But the reality of it is that 99% of the time, your dog is just living with you. And the reality of it is that 99% of the time, you are also still communicating with the dog. You're still influencing the dog. You're still doing things. You're interacting with the dog. The dog is picking up on your cues. They're picking up on your mood. They're picking up on all these different things that are happening. You are still communicating with the dog 99% of the time, right? And this is things like how you move through your home, how you respond to your dog, your emotional energy, your consistency, your expectations, your reactions. This is the stuff that shapes your dog. Dogs are incredible observers, right? They have to be. They have to be. And they're brilliant at it. They're brilliant observers and manipulators, if you think about it. I mean, how is it that they managed to like coexist with us? Like they came into both dogs and humans became better when they started working together, right? And through time, they have, changed to being like farm dogs and working dogs and whatnot, to sleeping in the bed with us, to having organic booties that we put on them so their feet don't get wet in the rain. Like they have really come a long way if you think about it. So they're masters at understanding humans, observing humans, observing our behavior, picking up on patterns, learning all of those things. And that's happening 99% of their life. 1% of the time they're focused on you because you're training them and you're holding a cookie above their nose. But the rest of the time, they're just watching you and they're doing things. And we're not paying attention to the 99% of the time that we're interacting with dogs, either consciously or subconsciously. Like how we move through space and time, they are picking up on, and we're just doing it. We don't even think about it. And I was thinking about this the other day because I was... Okay, tell me, put your hand up if you're getting sick and tired of hearing about Gunther. Gunther's the main thing right now. If you know, you know. Gunther's the main thing right now because he's an adolescent. So all of my focus is on him because he's an adolescent. Like this is such a pivotal part of his life where he's testing his boundaries and he's trying things out and he's interacting, all the things. So anyway, this was another Gunther. It's another Gunther moment. I should have a thing for like, here it is. This is our Gunther moment. Some days it's our Gunther moment. Whatever. And other days it's a Gunther moment. Ow! It's just me using the sound effects. It doesn't take very much to entertain me. That's the sad thing, friend. All right, listen. It's another Gunther moment, but I wanted to share the Gunther moment because if you've heard the last couple of episodes, you know that I've been talking about how we've been going on our little adventures. I haven't been doing my due diligence to take him out into public, which I will start doing. I actually did finally go out and get him. This is how long it's been. I had to go out and get him more gear, like his harness. The last time he wore his harness, he went and got his final puppy shots. That was the last time he wore his harness. So when I went to put his harness on, I'm like, well, this could be a collar. It's not, it's not going to work. Like I didn't have anything that fit him. That's how long it's been since he's been out. But we are going to be moving into that step next very soon. However, if you've been following me, you know that I have been taking them out daily on their adventure walks up through the field and into the forest. And, we had that celebratory moment where he turned away from deer, which was so amazing. I should have used the cheer for that. That was amazing. And we celebrated that, and that was beautiful. But I had another moment, and this is a moment. I wanted to share this moment because I think it's really relevant. Because I had all of those successes with him where I've been taking him out. It's spring. There's so many smells, and he has been really good at coming back. I don't have a hard, it's not a hard, what's the word I'm looking for? Formal. There it is. Ugh. I don't have a formal come command for this dog yet because I actually haven't done the quote unquote training. You know, the 1% that I was just talking about? I don't have that. I haven't done any of that. So he just has he hears his name, and his name means come back so I can see you. Come back in this general direction kind of a thing. And he's been doing so well with that. So well that I'm almost getting cocky about it, if I'm being honest. I'm like, if I lose track of him, I'm like, he'll come back when he's called. Like, that's how good he's been. So fast forward to the other day. Was it yesterday? Might have been yesterday. I had let the dogs out. Now, we have our moments when it's just, they have to come out for a pee, right? Like they just go out for a pee. And my dogs are pretty good. They know which time is the play time. Cause we have a time during the day where we go and we play ball or fetch or whatever and whatnot. And then we have the walk, the adventure walk. And then we have the times when it's just, I just need you to go pee. Sometimes now they have times when I'm out there and I'm doing poop pickup. Anyway, I digress. You don't need to know my whole life story. The point is that this was just a go potty time. That's all it was. And I went out with the dogs and they're all doing their business and whatnot, give them enough time. And everybody starts kind of meandering back. And I'm like, all right, I'm letting everybody in. I have 7 dogs. So I'm like, everybody get in. And Gunther was just standing there. And so I was like, come on, Gun, let's go. And he started to come towards me and then he stopped. And I immediately was like, he's stopping for? Like, what are you doing? Right? So I was like, no, come on. And he did a few more steps towards me. Then he stopped again. And then I was like, what are you doing? And then he did almost the excited, when they get the zoomies, it looked like it was going to be that where he was just all of a sudden going to take off. And I was about to increase my volume and change my tone, if you know what I mean. Because now I'm like, everybody's come in and we're coming in now. I was about to change my tone to be more of a disagreement of what you're about to do or you're doing. And I stopped myself. And the reason why I stopped myself was because he had been so good so many times. There was a part of me that was like, wait a second, give him the benefit of the doubt. Because this isn't like him. This isn't his norm now to blow me off like that. Especially, this is one of the nice things about having, in my opinion, a group of dogs, is that it's easier, I believe, in my opinion, to create that pro-sociality bond because I have a group of dogs with me. So when the rest of us go in, it's easier for dogs to be like, I don't want to be by myself, right? When it's a little bit harder when you're only a pack of 2 because the environment could be more, anyway, that's another podcast in itself. So the fact that everyone else had gone in, there was just, it stopped me for a moment because I was like, why wouldn't he come when he's called? And it gave me just enough pause. And I'm so glad that I did because he did do the little run like he was about to do a zoomie and then stopped because he had to have a poop. And in that moment, talk about celebration. In that moment, I put my hand on my chest because I was like, oh, my heart, because he made a choice, but the choice was literally his choice was, do I have to poop now or will I be able to poop later? And I was so happy for myself. That sounds really weird to say it that way, but I was so happy with myself that I paused before I increased that tone and went into disagreement, right? Because of all of the good stuff that was happening that we had been working on. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. And I'm so glad that I did because he wasn't being, to quote myself from earlier when I used to say things like a snotty, bratty, punky dog. He had to poop. That was a thing. So I literally, that pause, that understanding, that lack of reaction, that's the 99%, right? That's the 99%. That's being aware and focusing in of the 99% of the day that you spend with your dog. That's where that comes in, right? Like if I had just been taking the dog for a walk, for example, like oh, I'm just gonna take the dog for a walk and I'm just in my own head and I'm just doing my stuff and they're just doing their thing and I'm getting angry with them because they're not coming when they're called and they're eating the deer poop and all of that stuff, and I just come back and like, walking the dog. If that was part of my existence, that disconnect that I create during that part of my 99% of the day matters, right? It's the little tiny agreements throughout the day, the little smiles, the taking the time. Like I will quite frequently just come in and I'll see like Nike and she's being Nike. Like Nike is a Jack Russell, but I have so much admiration for the Jacks, all the terriers actually, but like I have so much admiration for them because I look at them and I think, gosh, here are these are serious dogs, right? Like they're serious dogs. They are literally assassins. That's what they do. Like they are assassins and they are brilliant at their jobs and all of that stuff. And yet we put them in these tiny little packages. Now, originally we put them in tiny little packages because we needed them to go down holes, like little rodent holes and stuff like that. But now in today's society, we put them in these tiny little packages and then we do things like we go, oh, look at how cute. And I do that. Don't get me wrong. You can't help it. She's cute. She's cute. She's so cute. So I have those moments. I'm not an animal. I have those moments. But that because of that, I don't think we take them seriously, the poor little terriers. We don't take them seriously. We don't take them for the brilliant assassins that they are. And maybe it's because we don't get to see them do the brilliance, but I will look at her sometimes and I'm like, I'm actually in awe of you. And the thing is that when we take those moments, just walking through time and we just take a second and look at your dog and think about like the brilliance of who they are, you emit a chemical of appreciation. You emit this chemical scent and perfume of love, really. And you admit this like throughout the day. And this is the kind of thing, this is the 99% of the day that the dogs get to feel it. So you have an option of being more aware of all the little things that you do that help shape that 99%. It comes from how you feel throughout the day. It comes through the things that you're reacting to. I mean, gosh knows that nowadays, gosh, it's hard. It's so hard. It's so hard to step away from the negativity and all of the craziness of the world today. And maybe this is your sign to like turn off your phone and stop scrolling and just sit with your dog and be with your dog for a while and reconnect with them. But those moments, those are the parts that are really shaping your dog, right? That's the 99%, right? And in those moments, it has nothing to do with training. It's everything to do with your relationship, right? And if we sort of tied in with the last couple of episodes that we've been talking about, happiness, like having a happy dog comes from that lived experience. That's in the 99% of the time. How do you feel about your dog? How do you feel about them? Because that feeling, that admiration, that love, that respect, all of those things, that chemical perfume comes out in your breath. Your dog smells it, they sense it, they feel it, right? Celebrating those moments, right? Those celebration of the things that they do, right? Happens in moments in the 99%. And socialization is not about forcing interactions and all that stuff. Always anchoring things back to you. Anchoring things back to how do you feel? How are you doing? How is your experience? And how are you sharing that with your dog? Because your dog is not becoming who they are during training. They're really not. It's 1%. Maybe for some of you it's more than that. But for me, it's probably less than 1%. It's less than 1%. The dog isn't becoming who they are during those training sessions. They're becoming who they are while they live with you. And that's why I talk about, I'm not about training a dog. I'm about how do we live with a dog and what that looks like in real life, right? It's predictability and how does that feel and how safe your dog feels and how often they're corrected versus understood, and how clear the expectations are. So, not that training is bad. I'm just saying that again. Not that training is bad, but instead of asking, what should I train today? You could start asking, what is my dog experiencing every single day? In the 99%. What are they experiencing? Because at the end of the day, you're not just training your dog, you're shaping their entire experience of their life. Right? So there you go. I don't know. But I kind of get into this a little bit because I can't tell you how often I admire my dogs. You know, like I take those moments to be like, I appreciate you so much. Like, I just appreciate who you are. And I'm so honored to share this time with them. I'm so honored to share this time with them. One of the things that I know to be true is even though I lost Nigel way before I had ever expected or was ever ready to, I know that I admired that dog and was honored that he was a part of my life and that he shared so much with me. Like I know that he left me with that knowledge. I know that he left me with that knowledge. Like he left knowing that he was loved, but not just loved because he was a big gray dog with a head that smelled so sweet. But he left knowing that he was loved and admired and that I truly respected who he was. And I know that he knows that. And now I'm crying in the podcast room. So I will end it there, my friend. Listen, if you like this sort of thing, then can you do me a favor? Share it with a friend. Share it with a friend that you think would like it as well. And go on over to Apple. Leave me a 5-star written review. It really does help to push this podcast out to more and more people. If you're on Spotify, please remember to hit the follow button over there. Leave me a comment on Spotify. And as always, my dog-loving friend, get out there today and be the person that your dog thinks you are. Because your dog thinks that you are amazing. And so do I. Have a fantastic day. I need to get Kleenex. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now. Oh, and one more thing. This podcast is meant for entertainment and education purposes only, and it's not meant to replace hands-on professional training. If you're really struggling with your dog, please reach out to a professional in your area. All right, I think that's it. Bye for now.